If recent trailers have got you all excited for Steve Rogers' big screen outing, Captain America Super Soldier won't exactly fill the void until its release. The game aims high, attempting to reproduce Arkham Asylum's winning yet elusive formula by restricting you to a single, sprawling location and equipping you with a rich combat system. But ultimately, it's not enough to save Cap from movie tie-in mediocrity. The game takes place within the film universe, using both the voice and likeness of Chris Evans, but there are a few similarities with the upcoming film. There's no prologue level featuring a weedy pre-experiment Steve Rogers, and no Great Escape-style motorcycle chase. There are no submarines, and Red Skull has little more than a cameo. Instead, the entire game is set within a Bavarian castle. Get cozy, as you'll spend the game exploring its war-torn courtyards and subterranean laboratories, saving various members of the Howling Commandos and destroying antennas. The environments are poorly rendered and lack detail, quickly becoming monotonous. However, Captain America's iconic suit and shield stand out against the drab textures. The suit is a faithful recreation of the one used in the upcoming film, and is pretty detailed in comparison. But whenever you launch the shield, it turns into an unsightly smudge. Enemies, even the giant robots, are instantly forgettable. It's a shame, as you never even get the chance to pummel a proper Nazi. The gameplay consists mainly of combat and platforming. Sadly, the latter is downright clunky. The game treats you more as a military grunt than a super soldier, incessantly barking orders at you. Leap to the pole, leap to the beam, grab the ledge. You get the idea. Also, the illusion of controlling the pinnacle of the human form is undercut somewhat by his inability to hurdle a bench, or a table, or anything that doesn't have a glowing orange halo. Thankfully, the combat by comparison is varied and satisfying. You'll soon be able to take down multiple enemies in spectacular fashion without having to memorize a litany of combos. It's all about timing your punches and your parries. But Cap's shield is a big part of that combat too. From targeting Hydra goons, reflecting bullets and ray guns, and barreling through enemies like Skittles. Perform enough combos and you'll be able to unleash a slow motion finisher, splintering femurs and scattering teeth. There's a pleasing level of variety too. You can sneak up on Hydra thugs and take them down quietly, or use them as a human turret. It has just enough variety to keep you interested. If you've played Arkham Asylum, it's all going to seem very familiar. Puzzles are thrown in from time to time to slow down your progress. Although inspired by the Enigma machine in their presentation, you won't have to be Alan Turing to line up two identical numbers. They're just a bit irritating. Captain America, as you'd imagine, is a true American. He's an individual, yet equal to his peers, with a belief in freedom and democracy. So it's more than a tad strange that the game rewards you for indulging in two of the Nazis' favourite pastimes, plundering and the destruction of fine art. You're encouraged to pilfer everything, from ornate beer steins to Prussian helmets, 50 ceramic eggs, and even a complimentary rooster. Yes, he might be salvaging them, a one-man preservation mission of sorts, but why then is the destruction of art so actively encouraged? The game not only condones the plundering of religious icons, but the smashing of statues too. He might as well torch books. It's all misjudged and deeply out of character, and you get the feeling it's only there to bulk out the game's miserly 6-hour campaign. Captain America Super Soldier isn't a great superhero game. It's a long way off Arkham Asylum or even Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. Hydra's castle lacks the level of detail to make exploration anything other than a chore. It's also hampered by waves of faceless enemies, aimless plotlines, and a series of underdeveloped boss battles. Traversal is crude, making you feel like you're not in control. And all of its best action set pieces are sadly depicted as cutscenes. I suppose the game can be commended for its solid combat system, which has just enough variety to keep you engaged during its short running time. It's not terrible, but if you want to feel like a superhero in an open world environment, there are better alternatives on the way.